A brother and sister, separated by tragedy, reunited by love. Her name was Elara. His name was Milo. They were born only 3 years apart, two halves of one tiny world. From the moment Milo could walk, he followed Elara everywhere, like a shadow that giggled. She braided his hair, taught him how to whistle, whispered secrets only siblings could understand. Their home wasn't rich, but it was filled with laughter, warmth, and the kind of safety children believe lasts forever. Until the day it didn't. The day the world collapsed. Their father, a truck mechanic with oil-stained hands and the softest voice, kissed them goodbye one morning. He promised he'd be home before dinner. He never came back. A sudden highway crash. No warning, no last words. Just a knock on the door, and their mother falling to her knees, screaming a sound that scarred the walls forever. Elara still remembered the smell of her mother's hair that night, lavender and salt. She remembered Milo clutching her shirt, asking, "Why isn't Daddy coming home?" She didn't know how to answer. She was just 8. The slow breaking of their mother. Grief swallowed their mother whole. She used to sing while cooking. Now she barely ate. She used to tuck them in at night. Now she stared at the wall for hours. Each day she faded, her voice trembling, her hands shaking, as if the world had become too heavy to hold. Doctors whispered words that sounded like monsters: psychosis, depression, early-stage cancer. Elara didn't understand. She just knew she was losing her mother piece by piece. Then one morning, their mother didn't wake up. Elara shook her, again and again, until neighbors pulled her away. Milo was screaming. Elara was silent. Her voice broke that day, and she didn't speak for weeks. The separation, the most devastating moment. After their parents died, the state made a decision that shattered their world. Elara and Milo were separated. Social workers said Milo would have better care with a foster family. Elara begged. She cried until her throat burned. She held his hand so hard, her knuckles whitened. "Please, please let us stay together." Her pleas meant nothing. Milo was torn from her arms, his tiny fingers slipping away as he screamed her name. "Elara, don't let them take me." That sound haunted her dreams for years. She never forgot. 2 lives, 1 missing heart. Milo was taken to a quiet couple who lived 2 states away. They were kind, but he cried every night, gripping the only picture he had of Elara. He searched for her face in every crowd. Every birthday, he whispered a wish: "Find my sister." Meanwhile, Elara was placed in a group home. Crowded, cold walls, lonely hallways. But she held on to hope, the one gift her father taught her never to lose. Every night she whispered into the dark, "Milo, I'll find you." Years pass, but the heart remembers. Elara grew up fast: school, work, survival. She carried grief like a second spine, always aching. Milo grew taller, braver, with eyes that stayed soft, because he carried his sister in them. He asked again and again about finding her. His foster parents tried, but records were lost, files misplaced, names changed. Sometimes it felt impossible, but he never stopped searching. The reunion, the miracle. 16 years later, on an early autumn morning, Elara, now 24, sat outside a small library where she worked. Leaves curled around her shoes. The air smelled like rain. She heard someone call her name, soft, uncertain. "Elara?" She looked up, and time stopped. There he stood, taller than she remembered, but the same eyes, the same tremble in his hands. Milo. At first, she couldn't move. Her heart forgot how to beat. He took one step, then another. Tears spilling, voice breaking. "I found you." She ran, crashing into him, holding him like her life depended on it. People stared. The world disappeared. For the first time in 16 years, they were home. They cried until their shirts were soaked. Every memory, every loss, every unanswered prayer finally had a place to rest. Healing, together. They talked for days about their father, their mother, the years apart. They visited their parents' graves. Milo brought flowers, sunflowers, their mother's favorite. Elara read a letter she'd written years ago. promising they'd be together again. She kept her promise. Happily ever after, finally. They decided never to separate again. Elara became a teacher. Milo became a firefighter because he wanted to save others the way no one saved them. One spring, love found them both. Elara met Jonah, gentle, patient, who adored her strength. Milo met Grace, bright-eyed, fearless, who laughed like sunshine. 2 weddings, 2 homes, built side by side. With a white fence between them and a garden their children played in. Every Sunday, they ate together, laughing, remembering, living the life they earned with blood, tears, and unbreakable love. They grew old, never questioning one truth. Family isn't just who we're born to, it's who we fight to stay with. Elara and Milo fought, and they won. Their story didn't end with loss. It ended with life, with love, with home, together, as it was always meant to be.